What is an open networker?
Well, let's answer that and bring it back. You ready to bring it back, Peter? Very good. Well, welcome back. So we had a question over the break. What is an open networker? And an open networker is, well, somebody called us once a LinkedIn whore. That's one way to look at it. We accept all clients. And it's actually a strategic decision to make. LinkedIn suggests that you only connect with the people that you know. That seems antithetical to me for the purposes of networking. Because if I was only wanted to link to the people that I know, I already know them. How would I grow?
Boring.
Yeah.
Ooh, boring.
Now, so the open side of being an open networker is that I'm connected now to people around the world, and I have attracted business from England, from Asia, just by virtue of the fact that people have found me on LinkedIn doing various things, and had I not been an open networker, I wouldn't have been able to connect. I mean, it's that simple. Now, for other people, they feel like they want that these are their trusted connections, so these are people that they already know, and they want to be sure that the people in their LinkedIn network is a trusted network, and they know that if you're linked to me in my trusted network, that this is somebody that I would recommend.
So what was that term you used at the very beginning that you've been called before?
LinkedIn whore.
A LinkedIn whore. So if James were to be an open networker, would he be called a redheaded slut?
Yes, he
Could
would.
be. Could be.
I was just curious if that was fitting.
That came up this week, so we had to say it. Why not?
Why not?
They were doing shots of that earlier today.
All right.
Today, literally, at 9 a.m.
Well, let's take it around the table, because they've not 15 minutes in, we don't even know, who are you?
My name is James Dutton, and I'm with Quantum Growth Marketing, business development coaching, marketing consultant.
So who's a good client for you?
A great client for us is actually two things we look for more than anything else. It seems like when I say this, everybody would want these things, but they really need to have a desire to grow. And then they actually have to have the willingness to do something different together.
What things?
Well, we actually have a 12-phase system. Thank you for asking, Eric.
Eric, Mitchell, whoever we are.
I'm going to be messing with him all day now. He had to go there.
Yeah.
At any rate, we do have a 12-phase system that I have no idea what I was about to say. No,
We have a 12-step program.
It's a 12-step
program.
To get off of the
We're
redheaded
going to put
slut.
Mitchell on that one because of those redheaded slut shots he's been drinking all morning, 9 a.m. It's a 12-phase system to help the business grow. The only 3 ways a business can grow. And it actually focuses on those 3 ways simultaneously as you go through the 12-phase program.
See, you notice he differentiated. Yeah, very nice.
12 step to 12 phase.
Some people just hear step. Right?
I
So
know.
I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Well, I would like to know a little bit more about James Dutton.
Okay.
He has come up here from Houston as well. And so if you could talk a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Dallas this week, what you've been up to.
You bet. About myself, I actually got started in business when I was 15 years old.
Wow, 3 years ago.
15 years. I'm in team timing. That's why I wasn't having any of those shots. They were
Right.
I was passing because I was not even legal yet for such a thing. It wasn't for a good reason, but definitely got a lot of experience in business, and I do think that it was nice to hear Eric talk about some of the changes, the upswing in the economy. But I really do think that responsibility lies back on the entrepreneurs. I think the changes that are going to happen in the next 10 years are going to be because of the entrepreneurs stepping out there, taking the risks, and really making it happen with their business and growing the business.
Yeah, and you know what, that careerist, that's true for you too, because nobody's hiring anymore for the lifetime, or very few are. So being willing to do something different.
And we even talked a few weeks ago
Yeah.
about the employee not wanting to be lifers in companies and spending 25, 30 years and retiring with one company.
Well, how do you get a pay raise these days?
You leave?
Move companies.
Yes.
Right.
And that's not altogether true for my corporate clients out there. You know, I do help you keep people, but you know, the point is that if you're not doing something different to keep them, they're going to leave as the economy gets better.
Exactly.
And what brought
So
you up here this
what
week?
brought me to Dallas? The main reason we're here in Dallas is actually one of my favorite clients. Jake Hoover with Virtual Tone, which you'll find out more about. We're actually up here to engage with high-end IT software package called ConnectWise. They've just integrated with it, and what we're doing is, have already done, is build an alliance with that company. Now they're actually blessing Virtual Tone as the only phone system they'll ever need.
Guaranteed?
It's the only one that actually integrates with
We're
it.
working on the guarantee then.
And they have about 4,000 users of the software package,
Cool.
and we're going to talk about 2,000 of them in the next couple of days.
Fantastic.
And by user, you mean
Congratulations.
IT company.
IT companies, yes, that use this
See?
high-end IT software
Okay, so,
that integrates with Virtual Tone.
so a little feedback. The reason they keep talking about 12-step programs is because you keep talking about users.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yes, the IT people.
The IT
I
users,
know.
that's good. We needed Eric here for that.
You-
He's a
yeah.
user.
Everything. He's a user. Since he's not here, we can say whatever we want, throw him under the bus, why not? He's about to do an entire blog about me,
He's
so
a
why not?
recovered geek.
And a couple other things you've been doing here in Dallas.
Jennifer Looney has actually had us strap down and go on the ride of our networking life here in the
Having been
Dallas area.
in the car with her,
Can you
I
imagine?
hear what you're saying, yeah.
Unbelievable time we've had. But a lot of fun. Met some great people.
How do you
I have no idea.
How do you think you got the hairdo?
We got spiky hair. We got spiky hair. from
Looney
hanging out.
do.
I can't believe that we met a whole chamber of individuals like Jennifer Looney. It was amazing. The whole
The
chamber
Looney
is Looney. But they're fun. A lot of fun. Great.
What was that, the Frisco Looney Bin?
Frisco.
The Frisco
Frisco
Chamber of Commerce morning.
Very
What a
good.
great bunch of entrepreneurs and
Very
business
good.
professionals.
It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys
Had a
attended.
great time.
Doc puts on a good show.
Yeah, he's good. He's there every week too. You
Yeah.
have to get Carol Ann there just because you have to experience it once.
We also had a
At a
great
minimum,
time.
if not more.
Right. We also had a great time in Dallas Tuesday night and Wednesday night, and then a little bit more near to my heart, and obviously Mitchell's too, which you're going to find out more about. Mitchell Fromm and my referral network, and we're actually partners with that company, and we've expanded to Dallas with a brand new chapter up here, getting up and going, so we got to attend that. That was fun. And amazing Jennifer Looney's there too.
Ah.
You just speak up and make sure the microphone catches that.
The amazing Jennifer Looney was there also.
Thank you, James.
Sure.
And I'm
anytime.
really glad that Carolyn gets to see a few of these folks in the chat room and through our Houston trips for B-Harmony and Speaker Co-op. Carolyn's been involved with the Dallas Speaker Co-op for years.
Yes.
And actually, Jeff Klein and Carolyn Jacobs have partnered and traded and been clients and customers and coaches and mentors and mentees of each other for years. So it's always wonderful to have folks like that on your team. It's one of the ways that Carolyn and I met. Jeff virtually introduced us.
Mhm.
Then we met in person doing another television show and
Mhm.
immediately just said, we can see number one why Jeff wanted us to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just
He
gone
virtually
great.
introduced you, like almost.
Well, he
You know
did
what
it
I mean.
by
Virtual world.
email.
Virtual world.
Virtual world.
Online.
The funny thing is,
Facebook.
that's another reason why we came up was for the big anniversary for the Speaker Co-op.
That's
And
right.
we were about 4 days late.
That's okay.
We were waiting for to see if there was some cake left over.
Well, she brought.
I bought us cookies, so.
That'll work.
That'll
So
work.
we'll talk about the cookies here in
Yeah,
just a
just a
minute.
second, yeah.
Well, since you brought up my referral network, James, I would love to introduce Mitchell Fromm, who also has, as Eric said, a blog talk radio show. So there'll be more information on that on our Facebook, on the website, and there's a great way you can get a hold of Mitchell Fromm. You just go to gist.com, Mitchell Fromm, that's F-R-O-M. Any piece of information you want to know is out there. If you actually want photos, then you just go to Facebook. But anyway, Mitchell's up here as well from Houston, and I'd like to introduce yourself,
Thank you.
about who you are,
And
what
some
you're
dirty
doing
secrets.
up
Some
here,
dirty secrets.
a few dirty secrets, it's
And
fine, but
something
it
that
has
you
to be
want
about
everybody to know.
them. Yeah, and something you want everybody to know.
Well, let's start with personal. My name is Mitchell Fromm, and I'm also an entrepreneur from a very young age. So one of the things most people don't know about me is that I am also a recovering geek. I've been in the IT industry business, going back to grade school. They were talking junior high, high school. I was teaching teachers how to use their computers because they didn't know how to use them, which was funny because they were supposed to be teaching curriculums on computers.
Alright,
So-
let's throw him under the bus about age. So are we talking about a big 20,
Me, I
Apple
actually,
II.
I don't know, I started on computers around the Commodore 64s when I was
Oh,
playing with them.
Commodore 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
My family, my grandfather was an IBMer, and so
Ah.
I got, my first computer was the IBM that had the 8088 processor in it. Big, huge thing. I thought it was mobile. I mean, it weighed like 80 pounds. That's where I think the 8088 came from. Was, you know, the thing was like 80 pounds. You had to lug it around. And, you know, I just thought that was the coolest thing. But there's more memory in, you know, our smartphones or even the dumbest smartphone that you have out here now than there was in those computers back then. But yeah, I got into computers and IT and went and followed that track for many, many years and kind of came up through corporate America. And after I left corporate America, that was kind of a forced decision around 9/11. So I was in the oil and gas industry as director of IT and kind of went off on my own, ran my own IT company for a number of years, and then got into merchant services. So that's my business is Element Payment Services, and we do credit card processing for businesses. But I bring personal attention and guaranteed savings. So when somebody says, well, how do you guarantee savings? Well, if for some reason, somebody that came to me, if I could not save them money on a monthly basis, I'll send them a $100 Visa gift card.
Hey, how many of those have you given out, by the way?
Oh man, up to this date, 0.
And you know, I would have gone with if my family stops eating.
Yeah, I mean, that one works too. That one does work too. We're gonna have to work that in there somewhere, James.
Yeah.
Anyways, as far as, you know, my personal life, one of the things that most people don't know about me is that in my past years and my thinner years, I was actually into rock climbing. I led a group out to California. A friend of mine and I both worked for airlines while we were in college, and we flew all around the country, going on rock climbing expeditions and trips and stuff like that, which is not something that the average person knows about me, so something a little different.
He's always hanging on the edge, though.
Again.
No. So what does rock climbing bring to business?
Absolutely nothing as far as me and my world now. However, you do learn to take risks.
Mm.
Okay, so that would be the one thing that you could say, you know, if you were ever a rock climber, just the concept of leaning over the edge and trusting the harness and the rope and everything that you put all your time into, knowing that it will hold you is one thing, but trusting that it will hold you is completely different. Which, by the way, brings up a great segue to in business and networking, that you have to know somebody, like them, and trust them before you're actually going to do business. Pass money or pass a referral. By the way, referrals